If you had to guess the biggest complaint I get as a personal stylist, what would you guess? Yeah, you're right. You're right. A lot of you probably would say, I have way too many clothes in my closet. And when I walk in, there's nothing to wear. Yeah, that's a very common thing. In fact, fun fact, we only wear 20% of the clothing in our closet as a general rule. It's that 80-20 rule, right? So 80% of the clothing in our closet is just hanging around, collecting dust and getting in the way and creating chaos. And not only is it creating chaos in your closet, it's creating chaos in your mind. And I would argue that it is weighing you down emotionally with thoughts of, I'm never going to fit into that again. I used to be so much smaller. Just all sorts of things that we say to ourselves that we wouldn't even say to our best friend, right? So I am here to help with that. Over time, I have curated my own wardrobe. I have detoxed my own closet, curated a wardrobe that works for me, that works for my body type, that works for my style, that works for my life right now. And I'm going to help you do the same with some tools that I have not discovered myself, but that I have discovered that I can help you learn how to use. My name is Tina Schwan. I'm a personal stylist, and I want to tell you a little bit about my story. I have a recurring dream that I am late, I'm lost, and I don't have everything that I need. Anybody else have that theme to their dreams? Yeah, I can't say it's always the same dream, but I have that theme within a lot of my nightmares. And I think the reason that I have that theme in my nightmares is because in life, I've often felt lost, late, and like I don't have everything I need. And that's how I felt 2 years ago when I left the field of teaching. I felt lost. I felt late to the game of whatever was going to be next. I was 57 at the time, and it was stressful. I didn't have everything I needed, and I was stressed, and I just didn't know what to do next. I had been a music teacher for many years, and as such, I lived at school. I loved my kids. I loved teaching music, but COVID just kind of killed my teaching career, to be honest. Trying to teach vocal music to middle schoolers, first of all, over Zoom. Secondly, in the classroom with Zoom going on. And then thirdly, when we were all back in the classroom, trying to teach singing with masks over their faces was next to impossible. I did love them. They were quirky. They were fun. There was jazz hands and there were sequins galore. I lost my joy in teaching, and my husband and I had a discussion, and it was like, at the end of this year, I think you need to leave and we'll figure out what you're going to do next, which is, God bless him. He's such a sweet man. I left teaching at the end of 2022. And again, I felt lost. I felt late to the game, and I felt completely unprepared. What was I going to do next? Chaos equals stress. Write that down. That's a writer downer. So the summer of 2022, my daughter and I embarked on a little journey. We went down to Georgia. She had to play tennis in a tournament down there. And we were staying in an Airbnb that was a tiny home. And it rained one day, and we had a lot of time on our hands. So I thought, well, there's no time like the present to figure out, what are you going to do with the third chapter of your life, Tina? You're on the third hubby and he's working out great. Now let's figure out the third career. Suffice it to say, I'm no stranger to starting over, and I'm sure none of you are either. I mean, by the time we've gotten to this age, life has happened, right? And it's not easy to start over, but at the same time, it can be kind of fun. I had a couple friends who were very supportive of me and wanted me to start a blog. And I was like, do people even do that anymore? I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know if that if I could make any money doing that, but I was going to at least try to help women. And during my blogging escapade, I started really finding myself drawn to the area of fashion and style. And what I found though was that so many people that were in that space on social media and on YouTube and on Pinterest really seem to have it all together. And they all seem to have these perfect wardrobes, perfect lives, perfect hair, perfect teeth, perfect bodies. Everything appeared to be perfect. And I thought, who's going to speak for the real women out there? And that became my mission, was to kind of speak for the real women, show my life, show my real life, and my real style for real life. So that's where the name Real Style for Real Life came from. I feel like a lot of women our age, so I'll say 40 plus, 50 plus, I'm closing in on the next decade, are going through transitions. In fact, in many ages, we all go through transitional periods of our life. Right? And many women feel unworthy of really things that are taking care of themselves. Really want to help women feel worthy of doing those things again and feel comfortable in their own skin. In fact, not just comfortable, happy with who they are and worthy of doing things to take care of themselves. We're always so busy taking care of everyone else, even after our kids are grown and flown. But I think it's so important for us as women to feel worthy to be able to do the things that we need to do to feel fantastic, right? Not just good, fantastic. So that is my why. My why is to help women and men too. I had a guy approach me and said, hey, I want you to be my stylist. So I also style men. But that is really what drives me. It's helping people feel great in the skin they're in, clearing the chaos from their closets and clearing the chaos from their mind, and start to use the tools that I can teach you of how to take care of this small little piece of your life, getting dressed, put the fun back into it. So clear the chaos, love yourself, and put the fun back into getting dressed. Let's do it.